Well, hello there. How are you all? So, my name is Gopal Zawar. I'm a chartered accountant and चलिए शुरू करते हैं। तो AICA लेवल 1 में आपका सबका स्वागत है। And today we're gonna talk about level 1 module 2 NLP. So, before starting with NLP, which is natural language processing, let's ask let me ask you one practical question. How many of you spend time for reading documents or maybe like reading tax notices, agreements, financial statements, regulatory updates for that matter? Anything? Like, can you raise your hand and let me know how many of you spend significant time on that? Meanwhile, I'm sharing my screen. Do, 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 do. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Right. So, we were discussing how many of you spend time on reading documents. And by raise of hands, I think half of us, or maybe more than that, we spend significant time in reading and interpreting documents. Now imagine this. What if I tell you AI could read all the documents in 30 seconds and your role shifts from reading to validating? So in module 1 we saw foundational concept of AI, right? Now we're going to go one step ahead and we will talk about natural language processing. So what is natural language processing? Before that, let let's just understand what are the challenges we have. So let me share an instance with you. A while ago, there was an RBI notice or maybe an email from RBI to my client at 10 a.m. in the morning on Wednesday, stating they want XYZ report. Now, to pull out that report, the data which my client had was scattered around many branches, the huge chunk of data, and my client could not complete the report on time, which is on the same day they wanted the report EOD. Next day, 10 in the morning, client got another email from RBI stating your submission is overdue. So you understood the problem. Nowadays, data is unstructured, huge chunk of data, and regulations are increasing like anything. Timelines are shrinking, and at the same time, the expectations from the regulators, from the clients are rising day by day. And if we talk about our process is still the same: read, interpret, summarize, and draft. So to read those all 150 documents, 150 odd documents, of course, we would take time. But now, let me ask you another question. What would you like? Reading 150-page assessment order manually or reading a 2-minute summary which an AI would have made? What would you prefer? Of course, if the summary is legible enough, and we will see in our session how to derive that. But 2-minute summary is always preferable than spending hours and hours reading those updates. And this is where NLP helps us. So NLP can help you in drafting tax replies, summarizing MCA circulars, extracting clauses from agreements, you name it, and it can be. So we were talking about what is NLP, right? So NLP stands for natural language processing. You might have derived by now. But what exactly NLP does? It is the ability of machine to understand, interpret, and generate human language. So AI does not think like human. But then how come it knows the answers of the questions which I have asked? It gives me well thought answers. Then how come it derives that those well thought answers? So let me tell you, what if I say Humpty Dumpty? You would right away say sat on a wall. If I say Johnny Johnny, you would think I would say yes, Papa. What are you doing here? You are anticipating, you are predicting next words. AI does the same based on our prompt, whatever prompt we give, based on that prompt, AI is anticipating next words and then deriving the whole text around it. So, firstly, there is a prompt, of course, provided by the users. Then, tokenization happens of that prompt. LLM processes that prompt and then we get desired output. I know. These would be all foreign words for you, very fancy words which people are using right away. Prompt engineering, tokenization, LLM, and don't worry at all. We will get to it one by one. So the first one is prompt engineering. And right now, this is the most important skill in AI world. AI is only as good as the instruction you give it. If garbage in, the output would be garbage. Garbage out. Now, let's just move from concept to application. How do we apply it? So, firstly, let me give you, as a part of the WhatsApp group, I have given you one tax notice. Now, I want you to open your chat GPT and attach that tax notice into the chat GPT. Let me do it with along with you. So for that, I would need to stop screen share, or maybe I would need to. Yes. Okay. Now attach the tax notice and then just give very vague prompt that tell me about this tax notice. If you want, we can open the tax notice for your benefit. Let's just open the tax notice so that you know what does the tax notice look like. Uh, yeah, right here. So this is the tax notice. It is a sample tax notice. PAN number is there, notice number, assessment year, and etc. Now we're gonna attach that tax notice and we're gonna say a very weak prompt, tell me about this tax notice. As soon as we give this prompt, it is giving me the summary of the tax notice, key allegation, what is there in the tax notice. But if you see, it is not giving me the reply which I actually wanted. And why? Because I had not asked a specific question. Now, let's just ask a very specific question so that you will know how prompt engineering works. So I'm again attaching the tax notice. And this time we're going to give a very precise prompt. So maybe you want to write down this prompt. So the prompt is act as expert. Sorry, no, this is not the right prompt. So the prompt is Right. So the prompt is act as a senior tax advisor, summarize the Section 148 notice, list allegations, required documents, and response deadline. So I wanted to know what are the required documents and response deadline. It had rightly given me the allegations, but and summary, but I wanted further the documents which are required and response deadline because VCA work on the deadline, right? So now let's just ask this precise prompt and then we will get the detailed output. You see how fast ChatGPT generated that response because it is tokenizing the prompt and then it is deriving or it is predicting the next word around it. We will get to know shortly how to tokenize or what tokenization means, but right now you see the response deadline is there. Legal implication, if I ignore the deadline, what will happen? Strategic advisory has been given by ChatGPT, and blind spot, final position, etc. Everything is clearly mentioned. So now let's just go back to our PowerPoint and let's see that if we give weak prompt, the results are generic, unfocused, and potentially that would be misleading. But if we do prompt engineering, but what is prompt engineering? So in prompt engineering, we give firstly role, we tell ChatGPT what you should act like. Define who the ChatGPT or who the AI is. You are a senior tax advisor with 15 years of experience in direct taxation. I have seen people writing 150 years of experience. That is an exaggeration. That tax advisor might have died by that now. And I don't know how, I'm not sure how ChatGPT will work in that kind of experience. But jokes apart, you can write whatever you want. Basically, firstly, you will need to give role that you are a senior tax advisor because I want to derive tax notice. And that is why we are writing this particular role that you are a senior tax advisor. Then context, what exactly you are looking for. Provide background. This notice is from income tax department. So even if you are uploading the tax notice, you will have to write one small sentence. What does that particular document is all about? So that he reads that document from that context. He put on that particular glasses and he reads that document or it reads that document from that context. Next is task. So state the action clearly, summarize the key allegations and identify documents required for response. Now over here, what is happening? You are giving a task to ChatGPT that what exactly you are looking for. Like you want to summarize, you want to identify document required, you want to know the deadline, what do you want? Then next is output format. Provide output as a bulleted list and three sections. Now, if I want output in maybe like PDF or Word copy, maybe like PPT, or if I want output as a in bullet points, whatever format you like, you specify that as a paragraph or whatever you output you like, you specify, and then you mention that give me the output in that particular format. And last one is constraint. So set boundaries. Do not speculate. Do not or flag any uncertainty. Cite specific sections of Income Tax Act. This will help us where AI sometimes hallucinates. So we can curb that. I know if you are not aware of hallucination, don't worry at all. We will cover that as well in our session. So basically, prompt engineering gives me that strong prompt where I can derive the output in much better manner. And if I do prompt engineering correctly and if I upload documents like 150 odd documents into AI. And if then I can save myself from spending hours and hours of time reading to involve myself or utilize that time into strategizing, validating those kind of things. Okay. Now, moving on to the next is what is tokenization? So, the tokenization means now it will be a little technical word for you, but let's just understand the concept. It will not come in use in your practical life, but let's just understand the concept, because if we are understanding AI, we need to understand this concept. So tokenization is breaking into smaller units, like maybe words or characters or subwords. So why it is important? Because AI processes tokens numerically. You would be knowing that machine language is 0, 1 or whatever. We are not going to too much of technicality, but let's just understand that AI process happens from the token, numerical tokens. So we have to, or AI has to break the whole sentence into tokens. uh, let's just take an example of the word income tax return filing is mandatory. So if you tokenize it, or if AI tokenizes it, AI will do like this: income, one token, tax another token, then space return another token, space filing another token, then space is, and then lastly space mandatory another token. But this does not mean that each word would be one token. Many times subwords, many times characters are also one token. And once it breaks down, it assigns some random numbers from AI logic to that token. Let me quickly show you how to see those tokens. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Uh, okay. Why it is coming like this? Huh. So tokenizer over here. Now I'm just going on to the website platform.openai.com tokenizer. On that platform you will get to know, let's just say I'm typing my name is Gopal. Okay, now see, it consumed 5 tokens for 16 characters. My space NAME, these are the 16 characters. For 16 characters it has consumed 5 tokens. Now it has also given me which are those 5 tokens. My is one token, space name is one token, space is one token, and then G is another token, and Opal is another token. So many times, since AI is biased on Western knowledge, it does not understand Hindi words and Indian names, and that is why it many times it assigns multiple tokens to one name. But we don't need to worry for that at all. Now let's just go to token IDs. So these are the tokens. My name is Gopal. These are tokens. Okay. Uh, so if this tokenization concept is clear, then let me jump very quickly to LLM processing. Now that is the key. You see the brain over here, LLM, large language model. This is the brain of AI tools. Advanced AI is getting trained on massive text data. So, uh, like if you are aware, there is a machine learning, data learning, deep learning. All the data gets input into AI, and AI is literally getting feed from those data. AI is feeding that, AI is consuming that data, and then AI is training itself. That is called large language model. So, which are the large language models we have? OpenAI's ChatGPT is there, Google's Gemini is there, Anthropic's Claude is there. You might have heard about these three popularly getting used AI, which are ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. Now, in the morning session, we saw what is GPT, generative pre-trained transformer. Can Gemini be GPT? No. So it is like different brands of different cars. So ChatGPT is one car, Gemini is another brand, and stuff like that. So LLM predicts next word on the probability. And this is what powers your audit drafting, your summarizing, whatever you just present or whatever you just upload and provide, you anticipate the output, tokenization happens and LLM processing happens. Okay, cool. If that is clear, let's just move to the devil of the room, AI hallucination. One more fancy word. I know. Ed is such a commonly getting used nowadays. It was there earlier, but as soon as we got AI, this word is in commonly getting used. So AI, what does hallucination means? Hallucination is giving gibberish answers. So, and AI is such a good in that AI can give you confidently incorrect answers. It can confidently tell you that this is correct, but that would be completely incorrect. This is separate from Gigo. Earlier, at the start of the session, we discussed garbage in, garbage out, where we are the culprit giving incorrect or incomplete prompt. But in hallucination, even if we give correct and complete prompt, there are chances that AI might get hallucinated and AI will give me gibberish. One time, what happened? There was a case law which AI provided. Let me show you that. So, read this particular newspaper article, or it is article from the digital newspaper, which says ChatGPT hallucination. Bangalore tax tribunal order cites non-existent cases recalled. So what had happened is the tax order, the tax order in question in Buckley Trust versus PCIT Bangalore. The Bangalore bench passed the order in December 24, but later discovered that it relied on three Supreme Court and one Madras High Court judgment that not at all exist. So someone gave prompt that give me Supreme Court case laws to back my use case or to back my case, and AI or Chat GPT made up such case laws, and the person who gave prompt did not even validate and send it as it is. Even the the bench did not validate and gave order on that basis, but then they got to know that these case laws were fake, were made up case laws. So you know that how AI hallucinates, and that is why validation is pretty much important. We will discuss that. So firstly, let's just understand how hallucination happens. So firstly, LLM predicts the next word. They do not retrieve facts. They are just predicting the next words. So they are going on to different web versions and they are finding the words which are which could be matching as a next word to the word which you have given or which they have already generated. And that's where, if they did not find a authenticated web uh, tool, then they fail to generate the proper output, and then that's where they start hallucinating. So models trained on internet data may not know recent law changes. So let's suppose internet is not updated, and still if you want AI to generate some case law, then AI had to still if you want AI to give you the case law, then AI had to generate that case law. Without source grounding, AI fills gap with statistical guesses. So you have to give that grounding, that give me only existing case laws, or do not create your own case laws. These are all guardrails which we need to be taken care of. Confident tone does not mean correct answers. AI will give you such a beautiful answers bullet wise, but that does not mean it is correct. Human in the loop has to be there. You have to validate whatever output you get from AI. Just because you saving your time 150 documents reading time, you should not save time on validation. You have to validate the output which you have received from AI. As we discussed, use source grounded tools. Now, we have some tools like NotebookLM, and we will get to know what NotebookLM does or how do we operate NotebookLM. It is one of the beautiful tool by Google. But use such tools if you are operating in regulatory field. Never ever use AI output directly in client filing. For your client centric output, do not use AI directly. Please validate. Treat AI as drafting assistant, not as a decision maker. He is just your article. He is just your intent. He is not your boss. Do not make AI as your boss. Do not ask him the question, what decision should I take? It is you who should take the decision. And one thing which we also see in our CA syllabus as well, maintain professional skepticism. That is our core competency. So that's how we can reduce hallucination. Uh, it will stop us from extensive guessing, and then it will be down to minimal hallucination. I will not say 0% hallucination, minimal hallucination. Okay. So on that note, let's just go to this beautiful tool which we just discussed, that Notebook LM. Okay. So where is it? Right here. Okay, perfect. Now I want you everyone to open this onto your onto your laptop or notepad, whatever. Notebook LM dot Google. This is the tool developed by Google. What does it do? We will get to know shortly. Once you are here, click try Notebook LM. It will ask you to log in. I have already logged in. If you are not, it will ask you, it will give you the pop-up to log in. Once you log in, then click on create new notebook. Let me know if I'm going too fast. I can slow down. And once you are creating a notebook, it will give you this pop-up which says create audio video overviews and drop your files for the sources. So you can drop here, or you can just cut this and you can drop add source here. Before that, let's just name our notebook, maybe like AICA. Okay. Now let's just click on add sources and browse, upload. What do we upload? Let's see. Okay, so I think yes, I have given you as a part of the WhatsApp group. I have given you DPDP Act. You can upload DPDP Act. Now see, it is reading the whole DPDP Act. Meanwhile, let me open that act for you. Right. So, so this act is of how many pages? This act is of 21 pages. Okay, and that's how the app or the act looks like. Okay. Now, yeah, it has generated. Now, it has given me the brief about what I have uploaded. I have uploaded Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023, landmark India legislation designated regulate to processing, blah, blah, blah. And then it has given me some prompts, ready prompts that you can ask me what are the key rights of data principle. You can ask me to explain the obligations of data fiduciary, etc., etc., etc. Now, like AI, what AI is doing, as soon as you give prompt, AI is searching into the whole knowledge base it has. But in Notebook LM, you are uploading its own knowledge base. And that's where whatever questions you will ask here, the questions will come only from this knowledge base. And that's where the hallucination possibility is very, very minimal because it is not predicting the word from any unauthenticated internet web tool or any other applications. It is anticipating or it is predicting word only from this particular knowledge base. Okay. Now let's just go. Meanwhile, so let me take you through this beautiful tool and what it does. So it can create audio. Let's just create a brief audio. What do you want to create? What should AI host focus on? So maybe uh, penalty. I want AI host to focus on penalty. You can write detail like penalty, etc., etc., or I want AI host to focus on penalty. I'm just writing penalty. That is also fine, and I'm hitting generate button. It it will take time around 2 minutes, but it will generate some audio. I'll show you that audio. It is see it is generating. Let's generate meanwhile a slideshow. You want presenter slides, you want details like let's say I want presenter slide, I want in English, I want short, and let's suppose over here I'm not writing anything description. Let's just ask to generate. I'm also asking to generate video, a brief video. Maybe I'll take whiteboard as my visual style. You can take any visual style you want. There are heritage, retro print. You can just play around with it. And what should the AI host focus on? So maybe yeah, individual rights. Explain. It has given me the ready-made prompts as well. Explain the rights granted to an individual regarding their personal data. Include detail on accessing, correcting, deleting personal information. You see how fastly it has read and it has given me. It has created its own prompt as well. See, it is generating the slideshow. It is generating the video. It is generating the audio as well. Okay. Let's just move to mind map. Another beautiful tool. Uh, topic nothing specific. Just generate report. I'll just keep it. It is then flashcard. You can generate flashcard. So now what are flashcards? So if you are a student or if you know any student who can use this, it is very beautiful feature in the Notebook LM which says flashcard, which is you upload the database. Like here, we uploaded DPDP Act, and uh, you you just select that you want a number of cards, a higher number of cards, fewer number of cards. You want difficulty as easy, hard, and then it will generate the cards which are which will give you hints of one phenomena. So before going on to an exam, you just read those flashcards fastly, and then you can just derive that phenomena, or you can just understand that these are the phenomena which are important, which I should remember. So those are the flashcards. Then quiz, it can generate quiz. You just upload your practice manual over here, and it can generate all the questions which you can just attempt to solve. Infographics, another very beautiful feature. Let's suppose I'm asking to create a landscape, clay type or anime type. There are different editorial, bento, bricks, scientific. Which one you like? You like scientific? Okay, let's go for scientific. Concise, standard, detail. Of course, if you pay for Notebook LM, or if you pay for Pro version, which is Google Pro, then you will get beta. There you can derive detailed infographics. But right now, let's just go with concise, or maybe standard, and generate. And data. So in data table, you can just write whatever you want to generate. Like it will generate a Excel sheet for you, comprising, like, let's suppose you want to know about the penalty section and penalty, two different columns. You can just say over here, and it will generate that for you. My mind map is ready. So let's just see the mind map. So that's how the mind map looks like. Let me zoom a little bit. So DPDP Act, it has preliminary scope, data fiduciary, spatial processing categories, data principal right, institutional framework, exemptions. So let's suppose I click on exemptions. Then what are the exemptions? Exemptions are state security, legal rights, judicial and regulatory functions. Why it is going back again and again. Okay. Uh, Penalties. Oh, so it is even generating at the same time, it is generating the text around it, and that is where it is going. Okay. So that's how the mind map. Mind map is good for our study purpose, to understand the whole scenario in one shot go, that what is getting derived from what. Okay. What else is generated? Oh, look, my audio is generated. Pretty cool. Let me know if you're able to hear this. If not, I will. My sound is maximum. So you should be able to hear this. Since I had chosen concise, it gave me only 1 minute. If you choose detail, it you will get around half an hour. And the best thing is, download this, and you can create video around it. Just put it as video background, and you can have your video created with this free audio. Isn't it great? You can even go and change the output language. You can change it to Hindi, Marathi, English, French, Italiano, whatever language you want, and your output will be generated in that language. How cool is that? How cool is that? Okay. You can forward it. You can listen to the audio at two speed. Cool. Now, Okay. Yes, my slideshow is also ready. Okay, let's just. So this is the slideshow. Look at that detailing. Look at that designing digital blueprint India's DPDP Act within 5 minutes. Look at that. If if I ask you to create something like this manually, I'm sure you will take at least 1 day for the same. And look at that. It has created its own machine to make us understand that what exactly is happening. Look at this. Isn't it awesome? Okay. So moving back. Okay. Everything is happening in studio. Let me see. Yeah. So in studio, you can create audio, video, slideshow, mind map, reports, flashcard, quiz, infographics, data. My video is still getting prepared. My I showed you the slideshow. I showed you the uh, this what do you say audio. Now time for infographics. Are you ready for this? Okay, but let me zoom in a little bit. Download. Okay. How does it look? DPDP Act 2023, India's digital privacy framework, and the way it has created. Now imagine this. Let's suppose you send this to your client by your brands and everything. Over here, you can put your brand and everything. Your client will be surprised, your client will be delighted, and easily client will be able to understand the act or the nitty-gritties of the act. So this is a go-to tool for you with minimal hallucination. Okay. Uh, what else? Mind map is done. My video is still getting generated because okay. You can ask questions over here, and that's how you can play with it. You can create new book. You can create add note, whatever you want to put a note over here. What else? Yeah. Now let's just go with one more use case of TPDP Act. Till the time our audio or video is getting prepared, let me create a new notebook. And now what we will do, we will not upload the PDF or any document. We will just give link. Let's suppose I want to know the this this particular budget speech is of 1 hour 22 minutes. I don't have time to read. I don't have time to listen to 1 hour 22 minutes. I'll just copy the link and then I'll go to Notebook LM. I'll go. Okay. Now I'll go to add source. I'll go to over here YouTube icon and I'll paste link over here. Insert. Done. Meanwhile, project. Okay. It has it literally saw that whole video of 1 hour 22 minutes in 22 seconds, and it has given me the brief around it. And now I have my own chat bot created. I can ask any question about that particular video or about that particular document which I have uploaded. I can ask any question and Notebook LM will give me answer of the same. I can ask how does the budget support MSME and micro enterprise. It is again going to that video, and then it is telling me the 26-27 budget outlines a comprehensive strategy to support MSME and micro enterprise primarily through three pronged approaches: equity support, liquidity, and professional support, etc. etc. Now, let's suppose I want to have slideshow of the same, I want to have video of the same, or maybe I want to have audio of the same. Of course, I'll not generate video of video, but I want to generate infographics, the best one, because my clients want to know what exactly happened in uh, details about changes uh, changes in taxation. My client wants to know what are the changes in taxation. Okay. Now, the infographics which will get generated, you will just put your brand, you will send to your clients right away as soon as the budget speech is out. It is as easy as that. It is still generating. Let's give a time. Till that time, let's do one more thing. Let me choose the language to which language you want to generate another document. Let's suppose Marathi. You would like Marathi? Okay. Save. And now I want to know this particular speech in Marathi. I want to know, I want to have a debate of that speech. Okay. Debate if this budget is good for India or not. Debate का spelling गलत हो गया क्या? Okay. Generate. Okay, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a live debate over here, like the debate we get onto the news channel. India wants to know. All right. Meanwhile, let's just see if my video is ready. Oh, what happened? Where did it go? Yeah, right here. Is my video ready, sir? Yes, it is ready. It is 1 minute 49 seconds. Look at that image. Wow. Wasn't that just amazing? The design, the language, the just mind blowing. Okay. Yeah, or there are images ready. Let me download so that we can see in a larger screen. There you go. So, India Budget 26-27 key taxation reforms. New Income Tax Act 2025, effective 1st April, redesigned forms and simplified rules, foreign asset disclosure scheme. You can see there is a locker, TCS reduced to 2%, MAT rate lower to 14%, market and promoters tax increases. Now, we also create infographics based on the budget we listen to. But it's how we will beat this? Look at this. Is there any chance if we can beat this? There are images, there are detailing, there are infographics which easily explains. Now even I don't read this, I can get to know that this will talk about medicine because it has tablets over here. Life-saving medical exemptions, strategic manufacturing incentives, personal import tariff cut from 20 to 10%. Look at that. So you can use this tool like this. My is my video ready or is my audio? No, audio is coming in. I think that audio, since it was debate, it will be little longer, maybe around like 20 minutes or something, and that is why it will take time. So, uh, and it is in Marathi, so we are just waiting for Marathi debate. Will that be awesome? Okay. Till that time, let's just move to our yeah. So now let's just discuss benefits of NLP. You can reclaim 10 to 15 hours per week from manual document review. We already saw how we are going away from reading to now validating. AI is doing all the reading. Accuracy, reduce human errors in data extraction. There are times where humanly it is not possible to read all such data, crunch all that data, do data massaging, and to present that in a presentable format. There are possibility of errors that gets reduced at a much higher extent when it is come to AI. Scalability, handle larger client portfolios without proportional staff increase. Here you are getting your assistant 24/7, no chutti, nothing, and working flawlessly. Then who needs to increase staff for that? Client value, it delivers faster, it deeper insight that justify premium advisory fees. Of course, like we saw, if we give such infographic, which client will not pay us the fees which we demand? Earlier, if we give our normal services, client used to tell us, सर आपने तो सिर्फ साइन किया है, इसका 10,000 कैसे होगा? But let's suppose if we give these valuable additions, client will be happy to pay because client is getting a lot of things in return to that. Competitive edge. Early adopters will differentiate in a crowded market. Of course, if you use NLP, you and the person who is not using NLP or the person who is not using AI, you will be directly differentiated among the crowd. Limitations, yes, we discussed that it does hallucinate. Data privacy, if you don't use the product which are not paid, free products, if product is free, you are the product, you all know that. So data privacy is big issue if you don't use paid AI. If you are concerned about data privacy, then you have to pay to ChatGPT. You have to use paid version of ChatGPT or NotebookLM or Gemini, whatever AI you are using. You have to use paid version of the same. Then there are no data leakages. Over reliance, another best limitation. We tend to be so dependent on AI and we tend to rely so much on AI. Whatever we get, we just take it, we give it to our client, we give it to whoever we want. That is a big no no. Please validate. Please do some, please use some professional skepticism around it. Regulatory gray area. ICA and MCA guidelines on AI use in audit are still evolving. In audit as well as in other regulatory area, we are working on AI applications, but right now it is a gray area. So government is working on the same. Version risk. If you use the previous version, if you don't update, then you might face some patch run errors. So that is one of the limitation. So uh, then moving on to the next is, let me quickly see if my audio is ready. And my audio is still not ready. So I'll again go back to my slide and I'll come back after 5 minutes. Okay. Now this is another important slide. Role of CA is evolving day by day, from reading to validating, from manual work to intelligent supervision, and from time spent to value delivered. It doesn't matter how much time you are spending. Earlier, we used to bill client number of amount of time spent, hours of time spent multiplied by headcount. Does not matter how much time spent. What it matters is what is the value you are delivering, and that is possible through AI. But always remember, if someone says AI will replace you, and if you ask my personal opinion, I'm not sure if AI will replace a human being or not, but I'm very sure AI will replace that chartered accountant who is not using AI with the chartered accountant who is using AI. AI will not replace chartered accountant, but chartered accountant using AI will replace the chartered accountant who is not using AI. So, which category do you want to be in? That is your decision. But I would say, whenever you are using AI, adopt strategically, keep learning, validate always, and lead the change. On that note, I'm again going back and seeing if my audio is ready. It is still not ready. It is taking time. If there is a long audio, it does take time. So you can see you can create audio in Hindi, Bangla, Marathi, etc., which we just already discussed. Yeah. Why don't we do one thing till that time? Okay. Let's just go to ChatGPT. Okay. Ha. Now open a new chat. You also go to ChatGPT. Now, as a part of the WhatsApp group, I might have given uh, this share purchase agreement. You attach the share purchase agreement and then you write the prompt. I'm pinging you the prompt on WhatsApp. This is the complete prompt. Act as an act as an expert Indian chartered accountant and merger acquisition auditor, review the share sale and purchase agreement, and provide quick professional summary, list core transaction parties, exact purchase price, and the closing data. Then create a simple table showing who pays the stamp duty. I'm shooting the prompt. Here is a concise, focused review, deal snapshot, parties involved, seller is who, MSAB, buyer is successful bidder, target company is MSKVY, purchase price, closing date, key observations, purchase price structure, closing dependency, timeline risk, target company nature, bottom line. Basically, if we read the share purchase agreement as a whole, we need to derive all these small things manually for our further use. But over here, all these things are getting auto picked up, and it is getting highlighted. So it is easier for us to just proceed on that basis. But of course, your prompt has to be of that level. Firstly, you need to write that detailed prompt. Let's just do one more. Uh, add I'm attaching this compliance document and writing the prompt. I'm pinging you the prompt on WhatsApp. So the prompt says act as expert corporate compliance officer and Indian CA. Review this attached circular and give me a sharp executive summary. Day you might be getting a lot of circulars as a part of your BAU process, daily process. Then in that, if you circular and if you give this prompt that what is the exact title and objective of the scheme or regulations, what are the crucial effective dates, deadlines, and timelines mentioned, create a clear table showing who is eligible, who is excluded, etc. Keep the tone completely professional. That is also one of the key in your prompt engineering. Here's a sharp executive summary. Core objective, key dates. Circular is issued on 24th February. Scheme start date is 15th April. Scheme end date is 15th July. Eligibility, who is eligible, excluded entities, financial benefit, immunity and penalty position, executive insights for CA, aggressive cost arbitrage opportunity, additional fee normally rupees 100 per day, under scheme only 10%, potential 90% saving, strategic exit window. So you can evaluate this particular circular, but firstly you'll need to show who are you, that is act as so and so, and then what exactly you are looking for, that you need to provide, and this is the detail which you get, and everything is possible through this natural language processing. Cool. Oh, look at that, my audio is generated and even the title of the audio is in Marathi. How cool is that? So if you see, it is 20 minutes, and that is why it took time. And it is in Marathi, so I think maybe because of that, it took another few minutes.
पण एखाद्या वैद्यकीय निदानाबद्दल बोलतो ना, तेव्हा तिथे अचूकते
You see how it changed from that lady voice to that male voice? You are experiencing a debate over here now. See how they are fighting now, like a TV screen. All right. So I'm leaving you with this. I want you to play with it, enjoy, and also utilize it for your professional purpose. And feel free to let me know your feedback and ping me on WhatsApp. I'm always ready to help. Thank you.